too expensive, we're staying at room 13. Usually airy and usually very, and that's just how my life goes. And I don't ever try to dress to impress. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor in a bathroom door, don't lie. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the party's mixed, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 57 of Phired Up, presented by Belly Up Media. Check them out at bellyupsports.com. Also, check out all the good work we have going on over there at firedupsports.com. I'm joined with Dom Console. Dom, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. And we also have Chris Lucia once again. Chris, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Good. Nice
Sweaty.
little holiday. Yeah, it is. It's hot out there. Nice little holiday weekend.
Listen,
Memorial
man.
Day.
Sweating in places I didn't know. Allergies are in full effect. It's summer in Philadelphia.
It sure is. It came early too. What a hot weekend.
Yeah.
And it gets even more miserable because we're gonna have to eventually talk about the Phillies, aren't we?
Unfortunately.
So yeah. Yep. Thanks, Kylie. The video, I get hyped up every time. Every time I watch that video. That intro.
Hopefully, in a couple of years, we're still doing this, and we have other things to throw in.
We can update it exactly.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been anything. There hasn't been anything.
Right. As I'm saying, like hopefully, like good shit starts to happen.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I mean the Phillies suck, like he says. I mean, well, let's just kind of get into it. So in the last 8 games, they go 2-6. Obviously, you split with the Braves, which at this point, who knows kind of what the Braves are? They're doing what the Phillies are doing. And then you get swept by the Mets, who are kind of leading the division, and them and nobody else. Then you had you start a 3-game set with the Giants, right? I believe it's a 3-game set with the Giants. And you lose another heartbreaker, right?
Yes, 3.
And it is 3, okay. So I mean, I guess it's kind of going to be a gloom and doom show when you talk about the Phillies, but like, I guess the question I want to start off the bat is who's to blame, right? For this bad start. Is it the manager Joe Girardi? Is it simply the players? Or do you go higher and go with Dave Dombrowski for assembling the lineup that can't do it?
I would say all the above. Honestly,
It's a cop-out answer.
No, but seriously, like no, I know you want me. I know what you want me to say. I'm not going to say it, but
what do I want you to say?
Joe Girardi.
Okay.
I think he's a major problem. I don't think he's the only problem. It might be the biggest problem. Listen, a GM's job is to go out there and get talent, spend money, and that's what he did. Listen, Castellanos was an MVP candidate last year. Schwarber, I think, was coming off the best year of his career.
It was, yep.
Schwarber's batting 188 right now, Joe.
Right. So, listen, he went out. He signed 2 of the top, or I would say maybe like top 7 free agents, right? You would say they were probably in the top 5 or 7.
Yeah, I would give you 5 or 7. Yeah.
Okay, as hitters, you know. So, he went out. He did his job. He went out. He got bullpen guys that we weren't 100% sure if they were still the players that they were, but you go out and you gamble.
And two of 3 of those guys probably aren't, and the third guy hasn't even been great.
It's Hand, Familia, and
I was gonna say, Hand's been fine.
Yeah,
he hasn't been great. He hasn't been bad. He's been fine. Familia's been a train wreck, and Knebel started, I guess, fine, but he's been awful of late.
Yeah, no, I just kind of think that you kind of have to start at the top here, like with Girardi. Like that's kind of the first move, and like again, like I said last week, I don't think they fire him this year, but like if they do, that's where you like, or if they're trying to make a change, like that's where you start. I think it starts with a manager.
Yeah, I agree. I think Girardi, you got to cut the snake at the head. Unfortunately, I think he's the sacrificial lamb at this point. Not to say that he doesn't deserve to go, but you're going to make a major change. You're going to have to cut the snake at the head. So I think somebody like Girardi is the first move that has to fall. And unfortunately and fortunately for the Phillies, I think that is. I'm going to lean on the side of Mike here. I think that does happen sooner rather than later. I don't know if it happens at the end of June 1st, beginning of June 1st, but I do think it's coming soon.
I just don't know how you can continue this and just expect different results.
But if you do fire him, I'm not saying I'm against it. I think they should. But like, if you do fire him, like, does that change this year? Like, are you expecting to win if you fire him?
No, honestly, I don't think you can be.
Well, then,
because I think they've already dug themselves in such a deep hole. What are they, 11 games out, 11 and a half games out, something like that?
Something like that, like 5 or 6 under 5.
Yeah, like they've dug in such a big hole that they probably can't get out of this. But I just don't know how you can continue to do nothing and just keep losing the way you're losing.
Where are they in the wild card?
I haven't even looked at it. As bad as the beginning of a season it's been, it's so early to look at.
Yeah, I know. I just think like it's kind of crazy being like more of the weekend. You're kind of thinking like the divisions like slowly get like it maybe not even slow. It's quickly like running away. Like the Mets are quickly running away with this. Like that's what I'm kind of curious. Like if they do fire him and they bring somebody else in or they promote somebody else,
it would definitely be a promotion. They're not going to bring somebody in. Point.
So say they promote somebody, say they fire them and they promote them. I'm curious to see where they are, at least in the wild card, because like that could be a little bit more realistic.
I mean, sometimes that happens. Like
they're 6 games back of the wild card.
And what are they in the division?
Division, they're about 11, I think.
11, yeah, they're in third. The Braves are 8.5. They're in second. So I mean, listen, at some point if they do decide to fire him and promote somebody, maybe they go after the wild card.
Well, not only that, I mean, you bring a new manager, usually you get some fresh legs under the team. It does, start to spark some sort of life at the beginning of it. You saw what happened with Las Vegas this year. Like, I know Gruden was fired or stepped away for actual reasons, but that team actually played harder under their new manager. So you never know. Maybe
I just think baseball's so much different. Like you saw it with the 2010 Flyers. Like Laviolette came in December, brought them to a finals as the 7th seed. Like you see it. I think you see it in other sports. I just don't know if you see it in baseball. Like I can't think of another time that's happened. Like
I mean, it just happened last year or 2 years ago with the Cardinals. I mean,
was it halfway through the year?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was exactly halfway, but it was in the middle of the year. Yeah,
and they made the playoffs.
Did they make the playoffs? They came
That's
really
what I'm
close.
talking about. Like if you're firing a guy,
yeah, true. But they rattled off like. Did they make the playoffs? I don't remember. I know they rattled off like 15 in a row or something. They went on a crazy run after they hired them.
Like managers, like we've experienced it here when Sandberg quit halfway through the year and McCann came in. I mean, like it happens. It's just I just think this team was supposed to be so like successful. Like I don't know. It's I don't know.
What is it, Dom? What is it? Wheeler goes out there, he pitches well. Nola goes out there, he pitches well. The bats sometimes do come to life. Like where is the miss? Like if you had to guess, like where the miss is.
No, it probably is the manager. That's what I'm saying. But like I just don't know if they like I just kind of think that like Dombrowski and Middleton are just so like. I don't know what the word would be, but like, I just don't see them being guys that fire guys halfway through the year. I don't, and I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. I just don't think you see it enough in this sport.
You know what's weird with the Phillies? Like, I don't see them having fun. Do you know what I mean? Like other teams, I see them having fun. Like they a guy hits a home run. Last year, they used to put the sombrero on. Like I don't think they do that this year. Like is it like too strictly business? Has it become strictly business in that locker room where, the guys aren't – I know I've went to 2 games and I'm just looking – I'm the weird guy that's looking at inside the dugout, in between innings. and they're just like standing there like on with their hands
Right.
on like the like is it something in the locker room that's happening? Like
And listen, look, I hate to say it, but like one of the best managers in baseball in San Francisco, when he was here, it was like,
Oh, that
It
hurts
was-
to say, doesn't it?
yeah, I know, especially like that's a whole totally different conversation for a
It
different
is.
day.
Yep.
But listen, like remember, like in our intro, like Harper hitting that walk off against Chicago, like him running around the bases like a kid in Little League.
yeah,
I mean, you don't see that. Yeah, you're right.
No, like has it become like a business organization like structure where these guys are just like, I have to perform at a peak level, even though they're not, like, and there's no accountability coming down on me if not. Like
Do you
I don't
think
know.
that could be Dombrowski though? Because like it's been like that since maybe he's been here, like 2
definitely
years.
could be Dombrowski.
Yeah,
Could be Middleton.
Right, but I don't know. But then again, like I don't know
there
how
really
much.
hasn't been much that's changed over the last year. Like they were having fun last year. Granted, they still weren't great. Missed the playoffs obviously still, but at least like you said, they were having fun. So what's changed in a year?
Well,
Of
did they have? I don't know. Did they have fun last year? I don't.
I remember the sombrero going on.
Okay.
I remember
Yeah,
like the when
Right.
they're hitting the. I know they still do that, but like the dugout doesn't go crazy when
Right.
somebody hits the double. It's just like something that they do when they hit the double, or I don't know. That's just something like I'm like they are not having fun out there.
It could be the woes too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I that's a good point. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I feel like they made an effort to address, obviously with the big signings in Castellanos and Schwarber, veteran guys that have been here before. They're professionals, right? So maybe that has something to do with it, where they're just solely going to work.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, Mike. I'm thinking like it's a job. Like
Yeah.
it's not having fun. We're going to work. We're supposed to hit the ball. Ball's supposed to go boom, and that's what's supposed to happen. And when it's not happening, they're sulking in the dugout. No one's in there like saying, "Come on, like get your act together," like lighting them up like a Dawkins would do back
Yep.
with the Eagles, like punching people in the helmet, getting them ready to go out there to war.
And the guy that we've seen do that in the past, like it doesn't seem like Harper is very much of a vocal leader.
No,
It's mostly Reese, and like Reese is struggling. Like he's I don't think he's having a great. I know he homered today, but like I don't think he's having a year like he was last year before he got hurt, on pace to hit 40 homers. But like
Where do you rank Rhys Hoskins in the list of first basemen among the league?
I'd have to look at a list.
Honestly, I think he's in the better half of the top 15.
I would say that too.
Okay. I was about to ask top 10 if you put him in the top 10. So you think you have
Again,
maybe 11, 12, 13?
Yeah, I'd have to look at a list, but
Yeah.
off the top of my head, probably.
Because it seems like every year we're having the Rhys Hoskins debate. What is he? Is he hot? Because hot Rhys Hoskins is great. We see it every once in a while, but then he has these such low lows that it's like you can't count on him.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate to go back on the having fun thing, but I'm just like recalling, like I was at game 2 opening night, right? Harper's ceremony, going out there, he's getting the MVP trophy. Like the dude's like, let's go to Broad Street and like win, and the crowd goes nuts. And like you look, like I'm again that person that's like looking inside the dugout, and the guys are like looking left and right, like what is Broad Street? Like do they not have this
Well, it's Castellanos.
That's what I mean. Like, do they
Yeah.
not have this Philadelphia culture, like built into them? Or, like the Eagles have that culture. They have that swagger about them that, like, the Sixers too. Like, Embiid especially, like, embraces the city. Like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're not embracing what it is to be a Philadelphia Philly. I know in the past 12 years, like, this is what it's like to be a Philadelphia Philly, but maybe they're not embracing that Philadelphia culture right now.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good point too. Like, and like that's the thing is like you saw that with Harper. Like it seemed like Harper did his research and he may have overdone it a little bit
Yeah,
when he first got
pandered.
here.
He pandered it absolutely.
And like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like Castellanos was here for 5 minutes and they were like, yeah, or was it when he first got? Was it what you said when he first got here? It was like, where's Broad Street? Like, it's just yeah.
Yep.
He's like, I don't even know what Broad Street is. Like, you work 5 feet from it. I got.
That's what I mean. Like, where's the
Or was
public
Gibson?
relations? Was it Gibson?
Yeah, Gibson came out too. He was like, yeah, I don't even know where Broad Street is. And like, dude, you've been here for almost a year. Like, you literally, you probably drive on it every day. Like,
could it be the fact that they're not selling out? They don't have that electrifying crowd. Like, could all of this be all happening at once? Like, they don't have the backing like they used to in 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, where that place was rocking. And they
but you know why it was rocking? Because they were
winning.
Exactly.
Right.
If you win, the people will come.
Look at it from the year 2000 to 2006 or 2005. Say
they had what 300? I don't know the exact number. They had like 350 straight sellouts.
Sellouts. Yeah,
a stupid number.
But look at 2000 to 2005. I mean, like, yeah, Tomei was here and like Burrell was here and Rollins, but like they struggled. And then like once Howard and Utley came up and that big three became the big three, like then you saw the 350 straight sellouts and playoffs and two World Series appearance, one World Series win. Like that's the thing. It's like they have to win. Like
I don't know. I'm usually like driving to work and like I should be thinking about other things, and in my head I'm like, why isn't this team winning?
Maybe pay attention to the road.
Yeah, no, I'm like swerving. My little thing pops up. It's like you need to drink some coffee. And I'm like, why aren't they winning?
Did you ever like drive for like 20 or 30 minutes and just space out?
Yep.
And just like you're like, wow, wait, I'm driving?
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
How did I get here?
Yeah, right, exactly. But you know where you're going. Like it's weird. But there was something else I wanted to say.
Okay, so it wasn't quite 350 games. It was 257 from when was
only
it?
100 games.
Right, from July 6, 2009 to August 7th, 2012.
Right, and that's 2012 was the year that it started to they didn't make the playoffs that year.
Correct.
They were supposed to compete. But Cliff Lee got hurt, I think.
Yep. That was Michael Young, right? Michael Young was on the team at that point.
2012, yeah. Papelbon came. They were supposed to compete, but they weren't necessarily. Like, it was just the end.
And they still haven't made the playoffs since.
Yeah, it was Papelbon came in, Michael Young came in. Halliday got hurt like the first month of the season. Cliff Lee had surgery in the offseason. He didn't pitch at all. Yeah, it was just that year was a mess. But honestly, I'm looking at like these batting averages too, like, and I know Castellanos seems like he's starting to heat up a little bit, but like 258, Hoskins hitting 215, Harper's hitting 312, Schwarber 181, Bohm 274, Segura 281. So like you're getting it from Bohm, Segura, Harper, Realmuto's hitting 247. Like it's just
Realmuto. Can we talk about him real quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is going on with this dude? Like he can't hit the ball. His pop time is like.
And that's what he is. I think he's a good defensive catcher. Like actually defending the ball.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the best hitting catcher in baseball.
I don't know. And his pop time, like I was looking at something the other day, has dramatically in the past 2 years, like have come down from like his, pop to throw down the second base is dramatically decreased. I think he is your de facto first baseman after Reese goes this year. Because I don't think they're going to be able to bring Reese back, but I don't know if that's the guy I want at first base. Like the guy can't hit right now.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's what he's supposed to be. I mean, I prefer moving Bohm over to first when Reese goes and get an actual third baseman. But yeah, I mean,
I was gonna say, now you got that catcher coming up.
Yeah.
Hop or whatever. Hap. I forget his name. He's hitting like 360 or 350 in the minors in AAA. Like they're legitimate. I read an article today that like they're legitimately like they don't know what to do right now because he's been hitting since Arizona. He played Arizona Fall League. He played Arizona Fall League. He hit them 400s. So he's been hitting over 300 for 100 straight days, like since the Fall League. So like I mean the kid he just got a lot of pop and like he's just hitting the ball and like they're kind of worried that like they're not really sure what to do with the next 3 or 4 years and $71 million they owe to JT.
Yeah, I mean,
not that this kid is.
I was gonna say, like,
right.
He's still got to produce up here.
Of course.
He's got to get up here. He's got to produce.
But that's if there's one position in baseball that really blocks, like, because catcher's so important. If there's really one position in baseball that's gonna block somebody from coming up, it's catcher.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons to that, right, Dom? Like it's because you build relationships with those pitchers.
Of course,
They don't want to let that guy go.
And dude, like it's like catcher and center field are two positions where like if you're good defensively, like you don't have to be great offensively, and that's what made JT so valuable is because you're good offensively. And
yeah, name the good offensive catchers in the league. There's like 3 of them.
Right,
Perez,
Contreras,
Will Smith, and
Contreras. I would say Contreras.
Yeah,
I mean, and even he hits like 250, 260, like if he's lucky. Like,
yeah.
like it's really hard. Like you can look at the history of the league, like Piazza. I don't even know what Pudge hit.
Pudge was a nice hitter.
I'd have to. I'm curious to see what his numbers are.
I mean, Chooch was good on that year when he was taking the Adderall. He did really well that year.
Right.
Pudge was a 296 career hitter. So yeah, he was a good hitter
for a catcher.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, they're
Buster Posey of the last decade plus. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there are 10 or 20. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Considering that baseball's been played for 200 years or 100, 20 years.
But I don't think people talk about JT's like ability to call games because like I think he's underwhelming in that aspect. Because like it just doesn't seem like the pitchers live up to what they should be, and I'm curious how much of that is Real Muto calling the game. Like there's been splits of like past years with like Andrew Knapp, the pitchers are just better with the backup catcher than they are with JT. Maybe small sample size has something to do with it, but I just all around I haven't loved JT's game.
But the thing with JT is it JT calling the plays, or is he right now with that new little device?
Yeah, maybe.
Like he's getting analytics thrown to him and telling them what to do. I think they they need to throw that book just out in the trash. At work, I work with somebody who's like she loves Philadelphia Phillies baseball. She's been following it since like the 60s. And she's like, they need to get those college kids out of the front office. They need to find jobs maybe in sales selling popcorn right now. Like that's what she believes. She truly believes it's the analytics that's killing the game right now.
Okay.
Yeah, analytics is ruining all sports. I stand by that.
I don't know if it was Dombrowski. It was somebody in the Phillies front office that like he started, or it couldn't have been Dombrowski because he just got here. But there's like somebody who just retired like a year or two ago from the front office. He started in ticket sales when he was coming out of college, and he worked his way all the way up to the front office. I forget who it was, but it was a pretty cool like little documentary that they put out like a year or two ago.
I think I know what you're talking about down there. I know there was a guy that started out in ticket sales and he like was actually homeless at one point.
Okay.
He worked his way all the way up. He was like a GM.
Was that the dude at the vet? No. Remember the dude who like lived at the vet? Remember that thing that came out like a year or two ago? Never mind.
No, I have no clue what you're talking about.
There was a thing that came out like a couple years ago. There was a guy like sleeping in the vet. Like he like lived there. Like nobody knew.
Really?
All right, never mind. I'm kind of crazy. Maybe I'm just being crazy.
Dom, just start writing the script. That would be a good movie.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. But
we could get Mark Wahlberg to play the guy.
Yeah, he's gonna play every Philadelphia.
every Philadelphia from the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing that they have been in search of is a center fielder. Mickey Moniak gets called up first game back, goes 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Not a great first day, but I mean, if they get any sort of stability in center field, I don't know if Mickey Moniak's the answer, but I think they need to find out.
Yeah, I'm a Mickey Moniak fan. I've been rooting for that guy since he got drafted. What was that, 2016?
2016, yeah, the same year as Wentz.
2016, yeah. So I remember the cool thing about Moniak. Do you remember when he was drafted, his best friend got a tattoo of a signed baseball on him? I don't know. I like Moniak. I think he's maybe he might be that juice that we're talking about, that young, juice, him and Stott. And maybe if they bring this catcher up, maybe that's what they need. They need a good mixture of that youth in balance with that older player. I don't know. Moniak, to me, if he can just be consistent and hit the ball consistently, I think he could definitely last on this team.
Yeah, and just play a good center field. I mean, he made a couple nice plays today out there. So just play a consistent center field. I don't need to see any more Double Herrera. See you later. Just give me consistent Mickey Moniak, and we'll see. They need to see what he is at this point.
By the way, we're gonna get off Moniak for a sec.
Yeah,
It says
go for
man says he lived in Philadelphia's
Still
Veterans
loves.
Stadium for years. Says that there was a secret apartment that he lived in the 70s and 80s.
Dom, call
Okay.
him up. Call him
That's
up, Dom.
interesting. I have one question for him.
Tom
though.
Garvey.
I have one question for him.
What the fuck he doing?
Because that's a
Oh,
bold
boy.
bold strategy.
Yeah, listen.
Bring
Bring
in
in
somebody-
rent right now.
Yeah. Bringing somebody back to the apartment, like, hey,
Right.
just come to the bed.
Yeah, that's where Schmidt hit a homer last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but going back to Moniak, like, listen, I'm Moniak stan too. I want to give this kid every chance that he can get. But yeah, I mean it's a 160 game season, so one game.
Yeah.
You know,
How do you-
hopefully he's the answer.
I know-
Hopefully.
I know Moniak's the high price guy, not high price, high profile guy, but I know we talked about this before. How do you guys feel about Veerling? Like, how do you actually feel about him?
To be quite honest with you,
yeah,
I didn't
go
know
ahead,
who he was. Like until like legitimately, I didn't know who he. Like you didn't ask Mike. Like I asked Mike, like, who the fuck is this guy?
No, I think he'd be a fine bench guy. I don't need him being an everyday center fielder. I think he's a nice guy. The bench piece, you could kind of spot start here or there. He's got an okay bat, okay glove, not great at anything.
Like a better Hazley, like Adam Hazley.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Yeah, maybe I mean maybe Hazley we thought had a higher upside. So
first round
but-
pick, right?
yeah, right.
Top 10,
exactly.
I think. I think he was like 7th overall.
Was he really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the last 10 years or 12 years they've been horrible, or 10 years they've been horrible. So they've had top 10 picks every year, dude. If I read off the top 10 picks from 2013 to like 2021, you'll be like, what the fuck?
2013, it's Jesse Biddle. I can tell you that from the top.
2014 is Nola. 2015 was Cornelius Randolph.
Cornelius Randolph. Yep.
2016 was Moniak. 2017.
Hold on, I have a list here.
All right,
How
so
far do you want me to go back?
Well, the late 90s was good, right? It was like Burrell, Myers, Utley.
Well, I mean, 96 Adam Eaton, 97 JD Drew, 98 Pat
Hayden
Burrell,
Drew never played. Never
Yeah,
played.
he didn't sign.
98 Eric Vallant, 99 Brett Myers, 2000 Chase Utley.
What was Burrell?
Burrow was 98.
Okay. Yeah, so 2000 Chase Utley. What Rollins was what? A second round pick? Or was he 94? 96? 94?
He wasn't a first round pick for my list.
Okay,
I just have
he
a
might
list
have
of
been a
first.
second.
I just have a list of first round picks.
Yeah. So okay,
Um,
so 2013 we said was Vital, right?
Yeah.
No, 2013 was not.
What was he? 12?
No, he was 2010.
Wow.
Okay. Who's 2011?
2011 was Larry Green.
Okay.
2012 was Shane Watson.
All right, so then 2013 was who?
They had two first round picks. Was one I don't know how.
I guess it was
in
like
2012.
It's like an
Comp
it's
pick.
like yeah.
Mitch Gweller was in 2012 as well, and in 2013 he probably gave up on him a little early. J.P. Crawford.
Yeah,
Okay.
they definitely did.
2013.
2014 was Nola.
Nola, correct.
2015 was Randolph.
Yep. Cornelius Randolph.
2016 was Moniak.
Yep.
17 was Hazley.
Yep.
18 was Bohm.
Yep.
And then after that, they're like a couple pitchers, right?
Stott.
You're missing Stott. Yeah, Stott's
Stott.
2019.
Okay.
And then 2020, Micah Bell, and then 2021, Andrew Painter. Which
Painter,
apparently he
yeah.
looks really, really good. This
Yeah.
year.
He's like 6'6", like he's gigantic, isn't he?
Does
Does it give you his height?
I know. It does not. Oh wait, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here. Hold on.
Yeah, I think he's like 6'6".
I don't have his height. I don't have his height. on here.
220 or something. And he's a college. He was a college pitcher.
Yeah, he's University of Florida. I do not have his height and weight. So there you go. But there's I mean that's kind of listed. But honestly, there was a couple names in there. 6'7",
6'7", 215.
Right.
It's a big boy.
It's a big boy. But they're really, I mean,
Can he play power forward?
out of the guys we named, there are a couple good players in there, but for some reason this
Hopeful.
whole plan, true hopeful,
Hopeful, good.
true
players.
hopeful, but this whole plan hasn't worked yet, and I don't know what it comes down to. I think it's the inability to for them to struggle with pitching, and the center fielder, I think, are the two biggest holes of this team.
Outside of Girardi.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
But you never know. If they get a real center fielder and they get good pitching, maybe the manager doesn't really matter, and maybe they'll have better results. I have no idea. I don't know what the answer is.
Okay.
But Joe Girardi should get fired, is basically what I'm telling you.
We were waiting for that. ...
Yeah, no, he should definitely get fired, because you just can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
There's only one reason I want to go to the game June 10th.
June 10th?
Are you getting the
Only
bobblehead?
one reason. Yeah. I just want the bobble. I might just go, get the bobblehead, and leave.
What bobblehead is this?
Harper.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay. Who do they play?
Who do they play? The Reds?
I don't
Somebody
understand.
bad. It was somebody that's not even worth seeing.
The Reds are probably on their level. At this point, the Phillies aren't worth seeing.
Right. The Diamondbacks.
Okay. Yeah.
The Angels come to town later this week.
Do they?
Yeah.
Little Mike Trout.
I might have to
Shohei
go
action?
I might have to go with my CA hat, my California Angels hat that I bought in California.
No, you can't go to a Phillies game here and wear an Angels hat.
No,
It's got to be a violation, right?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't do that.
Is this a violation? I think I pulled the ultimate violation. Like I need your opinion, your guys'
Okay.
opinion. I'm admitting it myself.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I went to California, I bought 3 shirts. All 3 of them are of the same thing. Now, I'm admitting it. I'm being a man here. It's taken a couple weeks for me to admit it, but I have 3 Dodger shirts. Is that a violation?
Oh, who is it? Who is it?
That matters.
Okay. So one of them I bought to go to the game. It's just a gray, and it says Los Angeles, like in the Dodgers cursive, like their away jersey.
Okay.
The second one I bought at the air. The second one I bought at the game. It's like a gray shirt, and it has like but it doesn't look like a Dodger shirt, but it does say Dodgers, but it's got like this like cool design on it, like this like Spanish like kind of. I just thought it looked cool. And then the third one was the airport. It's like it's like an old Dodger shirt. That's why I bought it, because it's just kind of old. I don't know. I haven't worn them, so I kind of feel guilty.
So here's here's what I would say. Like, how many Phillies shirts do you have from this year?
Goose egg.
All right. Yeah, I think it's a violation, man. I think it's a violation.
A violation. All right.
Is it like who? I don't know. It's not a violation, because like I don't hate the Dodgers as much as I probably should, I guess.
I actually, to be honest with you, I've always loved the Dodgers.
It's weird to love the Dodgers, but like I don't hate them.
Listen.
Yeah, Dom. Sorry.
So growing up, I think it's okay to have a second team, but they have to be the other conference, the other league, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like growing
Which
up,
they're
like
not.
you like the No, right? Like you like the Broncos. You know,
Yep.
growing up, they're a different conference. They're the West. You
Yep,
can only
grew
see
up-
them in the Super
yep.
Bowl.
Grew up
in the
loving the
playoffs.
Colorado Avalanche, different
Right.
conference. Yep.
Right. So like that's like I lose sleep. I'm stupid. I lose sleep at night with this shit. Like I think about dumb shit when I go to sleep. So like I don't know. I just, for some reason, I listen. I have a Hall of Fame baseball card with me on the Dodgers. So like it's been like 12 years old. So like it's been. Oh, do you have it?
I do. Hold on
All
one
right,
second.
all right. So I don't know. Like I just like I've always liked the Dodgers, and like whenever they play the Phillies, why is it in his window? He's looking in his window for my base. What does he put it in the window? Oh, he can't find it.
I can't find it right now.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why the fuck would it be in your window?
So it's a good question. So I was going through a whole bunch of cards like last week or whenever I sent you the picture. I guess it was
Yeah,
a
it was a
couple
couple
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago.
And I was sitting right on this couch right behind me, and I saw it, and I went to send you a picture, and I put it there, and it hasn't moved since. No, I was down here earlier with my daughters,
Yeah.
and they touched it, so it's probably around this room somewhere. I gotta look for it. But there's also there's another card sitting there. It was like a Ken Griffey card
Oh,
that
there you go.
that I thought was really cool.
Seattle
so I kept
or
that over
Cincinnati?
there. Nah, Cincinnati.
Okay.
I think.
wasn't no.
Let me go back.
It's
Hold
fine.
on.
No, sorry. But no, going back to what I was saying, like the Dodgers, like I don't know, it's just I've never rooted against them. Like in 08, 09 when the Phillies played them, obviously it's the Phillies. But like when they're out, I don't know. I just think they're my second team. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Like if you brought back a Sandy Koufax shirt and a
Right.
Clayton Kershaw and
So,
a Piazza shirt,
This show's going off the rails already. So it's a Reds shirt. It's a Reds one.
What year is
But
it?
what year is this?
What's the last year on the back?
2001. 2001.
Okay. His first couple years in Cincinnati are actually really good. He was still
Yeah.
a really good player.
It was after his first year with the Reds. So it was going into his
Okay.
second year. And I did find it, by the way. Here is.
Oh, there you go. Bang.
There you go.
Look how handsome. Kills
I
it.
don't know if anybody can see that.
Kills it.
Little.
I posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what this is doing with my box of baseball cards that I
Yeah,
had.
I probably
but
should have signed it
a
for you.
little-
what did you trade? Like what would you be willing to trade
Dude.
that for?
Honestly, it's
That's a
probably
good
the only
question.
one still around. That's probably the last
It
one
might be,
remaining.
yeah. It's a one
I've
of one.
moved a couple
One of one at
times.
this point.
That's
One of.
fucking
I mean,
hilarious.
that's got to boost the value of this thing,
You're
right?
right. Shit, maybe I'll sign it. Well, it'll
Maybe,
it'll boost it
maybe.
even more.
Dom, what are you willing to give up to have this car back?
Oh man,
Are you willing to give up a Dodgers shirt for it?
Yeah.
honestly, probably not. I like all three of them.
He doesn't need his childhood baseball.
Dude,
How old were you? Were all right. So I'll read this.
No.
I'll read the stats on the back. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Age 12.
Okay,
Uniform number
so
11.
that was 08.
Sure. Yeah, well, that says 2008 on the card. There you go. Uniform number 11. Well,
course.
does that number 11 have any significance?
Of course it does. Keep going. We know where this goes.
Okay. Height 5'3".
5'3". Yeah, I'm about 6 foot. So 5'11" and change. So I just say I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, just round up.
Yep. Always round up. Always
wait,
round up, boys.
Weight
In
150.
in every category.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Weight 150.
Yeah, that's way up.
Okay.
couple cheesesteaks later.
Position: pitcher / first base.
hmm
And then favorite pro. This hasn't changed.
The one and
This
only.
hasn't changed a bit. Jimmy Rollins.
The one and only.
Yep,
Rollins.
exactly.
Of course.
So there you
Makes sense.
go. Exactly. Now back to the Phillies. You have anything else you guys want to talk about, or are we done with the Phillies?
Who's their actually I do. Who's their all-star this year? Because you have to send one, right?
Harper.
Harper? Is it Harper or is it Wheeler?
You could probably say, honestly, Nola's been really hot too.
Yeah, but Nola's like 1-6. There's no way they're.
I think
Is
it's
he really 1-6?
has Harper made Harper hasn't made an All Star game yet with the
Not
Phillies.
as a
has he?
Philly. No.
Right. So I think this will be his first. I
His-
mean,
his-
you could probably send both him and Wheeler.
You know what I was listening to today, actually, real quick on the Phillies? That Zach Wheeler move allowed us to be able to make the Castellanos, and we got him on such a deal
Yep.
Yeah.
because it was coming off of the that COVID or they were going into the COVID season that his deal is so team friendly at this point that they were able to make the moves that they were able to do this past year.
Yeah, I was real skeptical about Wheeler when they first signed him. I thought it was a lot of money. I didn't love Wheeler
Especially
with
for
the
a
Mets,
guy,
but
yeah,
he's lived up to that and some. I mean, he's out. Yeah, he's just been great.
especially for a guy that like his last 2 years with the Mets before coming to the Phillies, he was in like a first or second half of the season pitcher. Like the first half he was brutal those last 2 years, and then he was great in the second half of those last
Right.
2 years. So we were like, what guy are we getting? And he's been nothing but advertised.
And I think he had that injury history, like with his fingernail that was always like that hangnail on his finger was always getting him.
Yeah.
Dude, and like that piece of shit, like I don't know if it was the GM or the owner at the time with the Mets, like when they went to the World Series in 14 or 15, whatever year that was, when they lost to the Royals, he was like he didn't pitch in the playoffs or something like that, and he was like begging them like, can I at least sit on the bench like to get some kind of like this atmosphere going, like, and they would tell him no, he wasn't allowed. He'd have to buy tickets to the game. How ridiculous is that?
Crazy.
Yeah.
But Mets are gonna Met, so
They've been on a roll, like,
yeah.
and and without their two best pitchers.
Yeah, just
Which is
imagine when
crazy.
they come back.
Yeah, I mean, I think DeGrom's getting closer, but he'll probably end up throwing again in a game, and his arm will fall off again.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
just-
I just think they're running away with this division. Like, it's Memorial Day, and like we're like it's getting further and further, and they're it's getting further and further, and they're running quicker and quicker.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, I think Harper's an all-star. Back to the question. I didn't realize before today he was batting like 317 or something. Like he's been great.
Yeah.
So, anything else you guys want to move on?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, I am watching Stanley Cup playoff right now. Rangers Carolina, and the Carolina goalie is laying on the ice in a lot of pain.
He might be dead.
He might be. That looks. It's like his
Still 2-0, right?
It's 2-0. Yeah, Rangers. Dime, want to hit us with some trivia?
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we get into the last couple topics we have.
Yep. All right, so I just kind of figured like if you guys both want to just you told me last week to think about it, and to be honest with you, I haven't. Like how we're gonna do this trivia.
Okay.
So like, I just kind of figured if you guys want to come up with one answer together.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of theme here. It's not like last week with the jersey numbers. We have the year of champions. So we have 3 08 Phillies questions, and 2 2017 Eagles questions. Where do we want to go first, boys? Phillies or Eagles?
Where do you want to go first, Chris?
Let's go Eagles.
Eagles. Okay. That's I was thinking the same thing. There you go.
All right.
We're on
So
the right page.
we got two Eagles questions. First one: who led the 2017 Eagles in total yards from scrimmage with 824?
So let's think this through, right? Because you had, that was the year of the committee running back, right? You had Blunt, Ajayi, who was the third one? Was the third running back, right?
Corey Clement.
Clement. Okay, yeah, he definitely wouldn't be it. Receiver, who did you have? You had Alshon. I don't think he was there. He had Smith. I'm thinking Ajayi.
I'm thinking Nelly Aguilar is who I'm actually thinking. He had a pretty good year that year.
He did.
Ertz maybe up.
Ertz is a possibility too, especially because you had Wentz for most of that year. So he loved going to Ertz. I don't hate Ertz. I'm cool with whatever answer you have.
Let's go Ertz.
Ertz. Okay, yeah. Let's go Ertz, Tom.
Is that your final answer?
It's our final answer.
It is Zach Ertz.
There you go. Look at that.
Yep. Aguilar actually, he was second in receiving touchdowns that year.
Was he really?
That was a little thing that I thought about putting on there, but
okay.
Alshon was first with 9. Aguilar and Ertz had 8. All right, next question: who led the 2017 Eagles with 4 rushing touchdowns?
I would think Blunt.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that your final answer?
That is.
It is not LeGarrette Blunt. He had 3.
Carson Wentz.
Nope. It is New Jersey native, and you just mentioned it.
Oh,
was it Clement? Huh?
It sure was.
Is that rushing touchdowns?
4 rushing touchdowns. Yep.
That surprises me. I'll be honest.
All right, next up we got the Phillies. 3 Phillies questions. Okay, who led the 2008 Phillies in batting average with hitting 293 during the season? Obviously, this is not the playoffs.
This is 08, right?
08. Yep.
Rollins.
Is that where you guys are going?
I don't know.
Could it be Worth? I know Worth around that time was getting a lot of better pitches because Howard was batting in front of him.
Yeah, but 293. Yeah, I'm cool with that if that's where you want to go.
Were we going Worth?
Well, yeah,
we're gonna go Worth.
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Is it Rollins?
It is not Rollins.
It is like Pedro Felipe. That's not
No.
somebody. Yeah.
No. It is Shane Victorino.
Yep. He batted 293, huh?
And the year in 09 he hit 292. I was surprised.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, he was like a 277 hitter, I think.
Oh, right, yeah. I was thinking
for his career.
I was going to say 270, 275. Never would have pegged him for a 293 hitter.
Rollins hit 277 that year, I think, or 276.
Really?
Howard was like 260.
He's never been an average guy.
He was like 284 or something. Yeah. I didn't see Worth. Or I don't really remember what it was, but all right, next up we have who led the 2008 Phillies in wins with 16. Obviously pitcher.
Yeah. So you have Cole Hamels. You have
Myers,
Yeah.
Moyer.
Was Halliday here? Or was that two? Was
No,
that 2011?
Holiday wasn't.
That was
Holiday
11,
wasn't
right?
here yet. You
And
had
Cliff Lee wasn't here yet either, right?
no. It was Hamels. It was Myers. It was Moyer. It was Kendrick, and it was Joe Blanton. That was your 5.
Who came in August? Remember that.
There's one guy unlike the other 4. So I feel like we have to go Cole Hamels.
A World Series MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
that year.
That almost seems too obvious that it's probably one of the other guys.
So where are we going, boys?
I don't know.
Let's go. You gotta go.
Cole Hamels, right?
You just said here it's got to be Hamels.
It has to be, but it's
nothing like him. Nobody else on this team like him. Where are we going?
Cole Hamels.
I don't know yet.
Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Cole Hamels had 14.
Is it Moyer?
It is Jamie Moyer with 16.
Yeah. God.
16, huh?
Yep.
Dude,
He
that
was
guy,
great that year.
yeah, he was, and he just like 85 right down the pipe.
Yeah.
Ground out.
His success makes no sense.
Well, it's because you're facing 4 other guys during the week who are hitting 93, 94, and he's coming out throwing 84.
Right.
You're just not prepared for it.
And location. Just knew how to pitch.
It's
He
all
didn't
about
throw.
location.
He pitched. Yep.
All right, last up. Who led the 2008 Phillies in ERA with 1.95?
I want to go Cole Hamels.
No. I'm gonna go,
Dude. I'm gonna tell you right now. If Cole Hamels threw 195, had 14 wins, he's probably a Cy Young.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
I'm thinking like Brad Lidge, just because of he was 45 for 45 that year.
That's a good guess. It's a good guess. Yeah, I like that answer. I'm cool with that. Or would it be somebody like a Ryan Madsen?
Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with Lidge.
Yeah, let's go Lidge.
Yeah.
Is there your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Brad Lidge.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I tried to trip you up, guys.
I didn't even think relievers for some reason. I just
Dude, Chris, how's your back with carrying all the?
Yeah, you did carry that. That's
carrying
true.
Mike.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. No,
All right,
I'm
well,
not
that's
a trivia
trivia.
guy. We know that.
That's why we brought you on the show because because Mike wasn't a good trivia guy.
True. Yeah. Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, you want to jump to little Eagles?
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, there really hasn't been much in the news. A lot of like front office things that are coming and going. And to be honest, I don't know any of these people in the front office. I just watch them on the field. So Chris, what's been going on in the front office? I'll let you take it.
You don't know, it's pretty funny with the moves that are made. Like they're not even breaking through like Bleacher Report. Like they lost Weidel. They lost both Weidels, Andy Weidel and his brother Casey Weidel. Casey Weidel, they just didn't bring his contract back. I know you guys probably are like, who's Casey Weidel? Casey Weidel was.
He's not the only shitty brother named Casey.
Yeah, Casey Matthews.
Yeah.
Casey Weidel was like in charge of logistics for making sure that we were making like contact with college scouts and stuff. Like that's what his job was, and he was like the best in the league at doing that. They lost Andy Weidel, of course, Pittsburgh for the assistant GM position. And what's very interesting about that is the Eagles could have said no to that. They could have blocked that move, and they didn't, or they could have matched his position because here he was like director of personnel.
Right.
They lost Donahoe, and they lost Catherine Raich. She was an up and coming. Eagles really like to promote like diversity and inclusion. Like they're one of the teams in the league where they're ahead of that curve. And she was an up and coming, possible assistant GM here. She goes and she joins yet another old Eagle, Andrew Berry, in Cleveland, he was in that position before, director of player personnel or operations. That's what her position was. So you get in Cleveland now, Andrew Berry is the GM, Catherine Raich is the assistant GM. So 2 Eagles people go there. Donahoe steps down. I know some people are like, who are these guys? These are the guys that are setting the board. Andy Weidel set the board. So like, who is setting the board right now for the Eagles? They brought Brandon Hunt in yesterday, I think, and he came from Pittsburgh. So at Pittsburgh, he was in charge of pro personnel. They're extending his title right now to be in charge of college personnel and pro personnel. The one thing that I heard like as a little tidbit today was that this is the first time ever that a team has made the playoffs and they've lost 8 front office people. 8 front office. 7 of them were promoted. One of them was Casey Weidel, who they just terminated his contract. So that's what I know on that subject, just so you guys know. I don't know if you guys want to ask me any questions on that. I've kind of dug into that a little bit just to make sure I know what's happening with the team.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I have is what does that really change? Because it seems like as much as they kind of want to tell you it's a collaborative effort, I mean, it's Howie pulling the strings, right? Even when it comes to picking players and all that. So is there any sort of change that we should expect from this? Or
So the change that they're trying to get younger and streamline the process of I don't know. They're trying to be more analytical. Let's just call it what it is.
Yep.
Tom Donahoe, we all remember him last year as being the guy when they picked, who was their 3rd round pick last year, Don?
Oh, was it Williams?
Williams?
The defensive tackle?
Yes. Yeah. No, not Williams. Milton Williams. Yeah. He was the guy that like he shook his head.
Right. And how he went up to like give him the fist bump.
Yep. Yeah. So that was Dono, and Andy Weigel is another guy who's like old school football, like analytics. So they're definitely streamlining the analytics process.
Yeah.
They also haven't named an assistant GM yet, which is like kind of scary because now Howie is wearing that hat of both GM and assistant GM. He's got the power.
Wonderful.
do you think they're given any sort of like letting Nick Sirianni have any sort of say as that role? Or does he not even want it?
I don't think he wants it here.
Yeah.
You know what? Another thing that I was thinking of today, again, as I'm driving and should be paying attention to the road, is the fact that you would call last year and this year a success, right? Like from the draft process, the free agent process.
Absolutely.
So these guys were a part of that, and you're just moving on from them, or not even trying to retain them, not even trying. Like
that was actually going to be my next question. Like the fact that like they've had one of the most successful on paper so far, one of the most successful off seasons in X years or whatever you want to say. How much of that is Howie, and how much of it of all these people that have left?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is like Howie in his mind might have a system in place. Like this is the system that we want to run here, and if you're not like with this system, like thank you for what you've done. We're not going to badmouth you, but this is kind of the culture and structure that we've had in place. I know in the first article I wrote, I kind of outlined that like they're not going to go out there and take players that don't fit this culture that they're
maybe look go back to the 2012 Dream Team. I mean, they brought in all these great players who just didn't fit the scheme.
Yep.
So, like, it just didn't work.
Yeah, so I think Howie might be like doing the same thing at the front office. Like this is my scheme. Like if you don't fit what we're trying to do, you're just not going to be here any longer. And Weigel is just somebody who he was brought to be the heir apparent after Joe Douglas, right? Joe Douglas left. They gave him basically Douglas's position.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the kind of stuff that like it interests me because I'm really into like the draft process and like now who's going to be checking Howie? Howie's like going to go unchecked on this. Is he going to be making these decisions? Are we going to have another Rager situation? I don't know. It's really interesting.
And like that's the thing is like as much as we shit on Howie, like especially before this offseason, like I think that Howie always has a plan. Like there's always a plan. It just sometimes it's not the right plan because look at how his career has been here as the GM. It's been very roller coaster, right? Like he first started out here, wasn't great. They bring in Chip Kelly, who then becomes GM and coach, and then Howie gets put in the back, and then Chip leaves, and he goes up the roller coaster, and then he helps bring a Super Bowl with bringing in Jeffrey and drafting well, this, that, and the other, and then it's like kind of gone down, and now it's like starting to go back up. So like I always feel like he's had a plan. I just don't know if the plan has always worked.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is like fair for any GM or coach, or especially somebody who's been here for as long as he has been. You know, what's he had? He had power since what? 2010?
Yeah,
2009, somewhere around there.
it's a long time to be.
Yeah, and I mean,
of course.
at one point he's going to be the president of the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you there on that. I think that he has a vision, like you said, Dom, and I think he's able to get Lori to buy into that vision. As long as he's able to get Lori to buy into that vision,
dude,
he can blame that down. He can blame it on the coach, the quarterback.
He's got a room at the NovaCare section where he locks Jeffrey Lurie inside. He ties him up to a chair. He fucking hypnotizes him. What do you?
Dub, what's your favorite saying? Go ahead.
Oh my god. Lurie mouth fucks Howie. Yeah. They mouth fuck each other. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. These front office moves. I mean, they're not like huge Bleacher Report moves, but there's something that's gonna affect the Eagles draft process next year. Like who's going to be that assistant GM? What does Brandon Hunt bring? Now, Brandon Hunt, it's very weird how this stuff works. Like Hunt comes from the Steelers to the Eagles. Weigel goes from the Eagles to the Steelers. They also said, like what I was listening to today, like Casey Weigel will join his brother in Pittsburgh, and Donahoe will probably join them both in Pittsburgh. They're like one thing that they were saying on the show that I was listening to today is Pittsburgh Steelers promote from within, and they like to bring guys that are from Pittsburgh back home to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. They're like the Green Bay Packers. Like the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, like they're teams that they're both organizations that they draft. Like they don't sign free agents really.
No, they don't.
They like to get the picks and they like to build their own teams. That's why you see 4 different receiving corps every 4 or 5 years with Pittsburgh, because they draft and then they say, all right, we're not gonna sign you because we can draft the next guy who could be just as productive.
And they still sustain success that way. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying.
I know they're having a weird
and
I know they're having a weird transition period because they're still trying to find the heir apparent to Ben Roethlisberger. Which, I mean, newsflash is a lot harder to find a quarterback than that. So I think that they might struggle because of that, but just position by position, I mean, they just have success.
Trubisky's not a bad quarterback. I'm just going to say that right now. Trubisky.
I don't think he's as bad as people give, like the shit people give him for. But I don't think he's good.
Did you see what he said?
Trubisky?
Yeah, he over the weekend he came out and he was like, "Yeah, they didn't tell me they were drafting a quarterback." Yeah, because you're not Tom Brady. Like,
right.
Like you're Mitch Trubisky. Like you're here to fight for a job, just like everybody else. Like you're not. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't.
Well, if the rumors are true, isn't that why Carson got all butthurt that they drafted Hurts?
Yeah, that is why.
Right.
What do you mean?
They didn't let Carson know that they were drafting Hurts. Same reason as Trubisky.
But Carson was paid.
Yeah, paid handsome.
They said, here's a blank check. Also, we're going to draft a quarterback. Like, he was the face of a franchise. This is Mitch Trubisky's third team. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, Trubisky, we just signed you 2 weeks ago. Like, you don't just get the job. Like,
no, right?
Yeah, but he did sign a 2-year contract.
Okay, that's you work in a
how much is that? How much is that?
What have you done for me lately?
How much of that 2 years is guaranteed? Like 1 year, they could probably get out from that deal.
Yeah.
They legitimately said, "Here, Carson, here's a blank check." 2 weeks later, we just drafted your replacement.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they drafted his replacement. That's the way it turned out to be. I think they drafted a backup quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback factory.
Yeah.
See, I don't think they drafted a backup quarterback in this.
I don't think you draft a
backup second. You don't think if you're drafting a backup quarterback, it's the 5th round.
The best case scenario for drafting Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round or 3rd round, whenever they pick, 2nd round, right?
Round pick.
Yeah, the best case scenario was for Jalen Hurts to never play a game because that means Carson Wentz is like a Hall of Fame quarterback and doesn't miss.
Yeah, and you in the 3 of our minds, sure, not in Howie Roseman's mind.
Now you think he legitimately?
No.
I think they were over on Wentz from around that time.
Yeah.
If you guys want to ever listen to a really cool podcast,
listen to Fired Up. No,
Fired Up is definitely the way to go. But Inside the Birds did a John DeFilippo one where they got really in depth with Flip, and Flip was just like Carson was just not the dude that like everybody thought. Like he didn't come out and call him out, but he's like, if he didn't like something, he didn't do it. Like,
Yeah.
He wouldn't do. He wanted to do what he wanted.
Which,
all the
I'm-
time.
But then why give him that contract though? And I know we're going on a whole diatribe now about Carson Wentz, but
well, like, I'm fine with that if you're if you're my quarterback and you play the way that you like Aaron Rodgers didn't come into Green Bay and whip his dick on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like he came in, he did it, he put in his dues. He was behind Brett Favre for 3 years, came out, he helped win a Super Bowl. Like Tom Brady was a 6th round pick, came in when he came. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys built up to what they were, and like
Sure.
that's what they could do now. They can walk in and put their dick on the table and say, this is what I want. And like you can even see Rodgers isn't even getting his way still. But like I just don't think Carson ever got there, and like he expected it. You know what I'm saying? Like he walked in like I'm gonna be the guy, and like you're gonna listen to me day one.
right. Look at Deshaun Watson with all the allegations and lawsuits and whatever he's got going on criminally, civilly, whatever it is. And he basically said, I only want to go here. Like I'm choosing where I go. Like just how much power these players have. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not the days of Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, where you pay your dues and listen, I'm sure Peyton didn't walk in and say this is what I want until 5 years in where he's proven I'm a top 3 quarterback, top 2 quarterback, best quarterback in the league, whatever.
And he was awful his first year.
Yeah,
His rookie year, he was awful.
really bad.
Exceptions.
Yeah.
I think would they only have like 1 or 2 wins? Like look at Aikman. Aikman had like 1 or 2 wins, or I think he only had 1 win for his rookie year. Like it's just something.
Aikman's a bad example because I don't think Aikman's as good as people.
I'm not saying
he is.
Aikman is good. I'm just saying Aikman walks in and says, "This is what I want." That's what I'm saying. Like.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about like Aikman, did you guys see this Brady? Like as soon as he retires, like he gets whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like he just gets 10-year
contract.
Yeah.
You know what? Good. Honestly, good for him because he's played on team-friendly contracts his whole career.
Yeah, but do you want to hear him speak?
I don't mind.
I don't know if
I don't hate him as much as I used to.
Yeah, I don't hate him as much. I don't hate him as much either. But like I don't know, Romo's starting to get kind of annoying. But like my question is, why spend all this money to pay a guy to talk on a broadcast when like nobody's gonna turn on a broadcast to listen to Tom Brady? Like you're gonna turn on the game that's on Sunday or whatever day the game is because it's football and you want to watch football. Like you're not gonna get any newer viewership for that. So why pay millions of dollars, 30, 40, whatever it is, $1 million per year? You're not gonna get any listeners from
maybe
that.
they think they're gonna be the start of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's a legit question.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
Did you see what he said a couple days ago?
Brady?
So yeah, like the match is coming up this summer. Which
Okay,
him and Rodgers. Him and
Against,
Rodgers.
Against Josh Allen and Mahomes?
Yeah. He was like talking to Rodgers like, yeah, we're gonna beat that Kermit looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he said Mahomes looks like Kermit the Frog. He kind of does.
Yeah, this is also true. Eli, wouldn't play for the Chargers. He kind of did that kind of thing.
That was from his father. That was his father had power, at that time too. Like Archie Manning,
True,
he definitely helped a little bit there.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean they definitely have a lot more power. Like especially in the NBA, like it's just like 2 days ago, Russell Westbrook was like never gonna play for the Lakers again, and now it's like they're gonna pay him. Like it's just like it's weird how it like how much these leagues have changed.
Well, the NBA is an absolute joke of a league. It's not even a league. The players just run everything.
That's what I'm saying.
The NBA but I can't compare anything to the NBA. The NBA sucks. The NBA is awful.
Well, I'm saying the NFL is starting to become that. Like it's coming closer to that than,
But the reason it won't become, and maybe eventually they'll get there, but the reason it won't become that anytime soon, the NBA level, is because the guarantee contracts.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but who knows? Eventually somebody's going to get 100% guarantee contract. It's just going to happen.
Yesterday I was listening and 97.5, and they said that $40 million is if Jalen Hurts has a pretty decent year, is probably where you're going to have to start him.
Yeah, right.
$40 million a year? No, I swear.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying I would never do that.
That is the going rate if he has a decent year.
Then thank God they have multiple first-round picks.
Yeah.
Find the quarterback then.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not paying that. I mean,
I'd do a lot of things for $40 million.
Yeah, I mean, just look at what I mean. I don't think Dak's worth what he got paid. I mean, it just these quarterbacks just get so overpaid.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
the nature of position, man.
Yep, absolutely. And on to Dak, because I did post a poll on our Twitter. Who's the best quarterback in the NFC East?
Dak.
Yeah,
It's Dak, right?
I mean,
I think with 48% of the vote, Jalen Hurts won. Dak had 46%, and then like 3% each went to Hurts or Daniel Jones. If you think Daniel Jones is anywhere near the best in the division, I mean, I have some oceanfront property in Arizona for you.
I had somebody over the weekend say that they voted Carson Wentz for fun in our poll.
Okay. Listen, he was an MVP candidate once. If you want to say he still has that, I got questions. I don't agree.
I think it was
but
a
okay.
joke. Yeah,
but like Daniel Jones, there's no reason Daniel Jones should have
rookie
any.
year wasn't bad, man.
Oh, don't give me Daniel
come
Jones.
on.
Yeah, I don't.
Dude, look at his stats. Look at his stats.
No, I don't
Hold
care.
up.
I don't care what his stats. His stats can say throw for 7,000 yards. He still stinks.
I didn't say he doesn't stink. I just said his rookie year actually wasn't bad. We're looking them up right now.
No, he stinks.
I didn't say he didn't.
Like
Wow,
he's so
I almost
bad.
expected Danny Dimes.
He's so bad. I don't think he's the fourth best quarterback in the division.
Dude, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just said he had a decent rookie year. Jesus Christ.
I think Sam Howell's better than him.
Yeah.
Or Gardner
He might
Minshew.
be.
Gardner
Minshew's probably
Can you guess
better
his
than
rookie year stats? If you had to take a guess, interception to touchdown ratio.
interception and touchdown. So I don't know.
Or touchdown
year
to
was it?
interception.
Was this 2018?
19.
Did he, I would I don't know how many interceptions did he have?
15 interceptions.
I was gonna say 14.
12.
Okay. How many touchdowns?
22 touchdowns?
Yeah, I was at 22.
24.
Okay.
24 and 12 is not bad for a rookie quarterback. I mean, 3,000
How many yards?
yards.
How many yards did he throw for?
3,000.
Okay.
Who was their wide receiver core that year?
Let's look at Carson's rookie
His
year.
first year?
Rookie year.
I think he was 16 and 11.
14. 16 and 14.
16 and 14.
Threw for 3,700.
This was 2019. You said Daniel Jones rookie year.
Yes.
Looking up their wide receiving core.
Let me guess.
Slayton.
Slayton was probably a rookie that year, right?
So I'm doing it by receiving yards. Who'd you say?
Slayton.
He led the team in receiving yards, 740.
Ingram.
It was
Evan
tight end,
Ingram,
yeah.
yep, 467 yards. He was fourth.
Jesus.
2019.
OBJ?
No, he was.
No.
Was he
there.
Cleveland by then?
God, who is the receivers?
Former
Yeah,
Eagle.
I got nothing.
Former Eagle.
Yep. He's only
Like,
here
he
for
was-
he was only
Like,
here for
he
a
was
year.
here.
He was only here for a year and then he went to New York.
He went to New York after.
Yep. He's here for a year, then went to New York.
Oh, I know this. Golden Tate.
Yep, Golden Tate.
Ah.
And then that one more, a pretty big name that you guys are missing.
Was Victor Cruz back then?
No, it wasn't Victor Cruz. He's been with the Giants since 2016. How many years is that? 6 years with the Giants?
Still there?
Yep. I believe so. Yep, still with the Giants. Give up.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sterling Shepard.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
Shepard.
yeah.
Yeah, Shepard. It's a shame he always gets hurt. He's actually
Yeah,
a pretty.
he's a
decent
pretty
player.
decent receiver, yeah.
Yep.
No, I think Daniel Jones is the fourth best quarterback in this division. I just thought his
My
rookie year
point
was
is, I don't
actually-
even think he's the fourth best.
I agree. I think he may.
I
be
would
the
take
fifth
Gardner
best.
Minshew over Daniel
Oh,
Jones.
stop!
Garner. Come on, Dom.
I might take.
One has a starting job, the other can't get a
I
starting
might.
job.
I might take Carson Strong.
My guy.
Listen,
My guy.
Daniel Jones isn't good, but neither is Gardner Minshew. Like,
I may get a Carson Strong jersey this year.
I like it. I dig it.
I-
You're probably gonna have to
ballsy.
get. You're probably gonna have to get one custom made because I'm not sure they're selling them.
That's fine.
All right. Any Eagles? You know.
Yeah,
any
no, I
Eagles
wanna
you
keep
guys wanna
talking
talk
about
about it?
no,
Okay,
I
go
want to
ahead.
keep talking about this.
Go ahead.
One
you
threw
know, it's
for-
fine. I don't have to get up for work in the morning.
One
Just
threw
keep
for
it going. That's fine.
5,000 yards. The other one threw for almost 9. You know why? Because one's better because he has a starting job.
Well, could
The
it
other
also
one
be
couldn't
that
get a
the other-
starting job in Jacksonville.
Could it be that he played for Jacksonville? That's why he couldn't. That's why he has 5,000
That should be
yards.
ever more the reason that he should get more yards because he can start on Jacksonville. He can't even start on Jacksonville.
If Trevor Lawrence isn't coming out of that
Gardner
draft,
Minshew might not even be on this roster in August.
Yeah, he will.
if he's traded, that's the only way he's not here.
That's what I'm like.
But he would be going to a team if he's traded that maybe to go back up Aaron Rodgers or something like that. He's going to a place where he could go in and win games, spot win games. He is. I know Nicky Foles just signed, but he is he's a top 5 backup quarterback. He may be top 3.
That might be true. He might be the best backup quarterback in the league. I don't think he's better than Daniel Jones though. Personally. Once
His rookie.
I know for a fact. I know something for a fact. When August rolls around, one's going to be starting and one's not.
The only reason the Giants are starting him doesn't mean he's good.
Let me talk. The reason that one of them might be starting is because somebody got hurt. That's all I know.
Pull up Gardner Minshew's rookie year. He won AFC like rookie of the week 9 weeks straight. Offensive rookie of the week 9 times straight. Did Daniel Jones win any times offensive rookie of the week?
In 12, he started 12 games, 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good
for
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
For the Jags.
Yeah, and then guess what? He lost his job halfway through the year. He started week 3 and then lost it in week 11.
Who did he lose it to?
Yeah, I don't remember who their quarterback was.
I don't remember who it was, but
he took Foles' job though.
Yeah, because Foles got hurt.
Yeah, and then he couldn't win it back. Foles couldn't win it back.
I think Foles was done for the year.
Oh yeah,
he
was.
That's
Yeah,
right. It was Nick Foles.
He got
I forgot he was with the Jaguars. Nick Foles has had by far the weirdest career I think of any football player in the history of the NFL.
I'm just saying, like Gardner Minshew walked in. I'm sorry, I know you just brought up Foles, but I'm really passionate about this right now. Gardner Minshew walked into Sirianni's office, tried to pull an Aaron Rodgers, throw his cock on the table, and say, "I want to start," and Sirianni laughed in his face. Laughed in his face.
Minshew could start in the NFL. He could
if he had to, yeah, because he's a backup. That's perfectly fine.
The same thing with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is also a backup. Correct. Thank you.
Correct.
I'm glad he got there.
I never said he wasn't.
What are we doing?
I'm just saying. Daniel Jones is better than Gardner Minshew.
I mean, congrats. How does it feel to be wrong? I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you have to play your place.
I'm moving on. This show can't be all night. I got work in the morning. It's there's really nothing else Eagles wise to talk about. So have you guys? Do you guys care about the NBA Finals? I couldn't care less. Do you guys have any rooting interest? Who do you guys want to win?
State all the way.
It's the Golden State. We've seen them before, whatever. But it's also the Boston Celtics.
I want to see great players win.
I don't. Here's I would hate to root for Boston because as a Sixers fan, but Tatum's a good player.
Tatum's a great player.
Can we go back to the previous argument? Because this is a good question. Daniel Jones or Mitch Trubisky?
I'd have to let me look at Trubisky's stats.
Okay, I really wanted to move on, but this actually is a legit question. I would lean Trubisky.
Me too.
Of course you would.
I'm going Trubisky too.
I'm going Trubisky, absolutely.
All right, well, what are we looking at?
You're the one that wanted to pull up stats. What do you want? What stats do you want to see? I don't know.
He played one extra year. He's thrown for 2,000 more yards.
And he last year didn't throw for anything. Trubisky.
He had 6 completions for 8 attempts.
Yeah. So Trubisky's a better player, right?
No, I'm sorry. So what Daniel Jones, I'm sorry, 2 years. I lied. 2 years. 2017 was Trubisky's rookie year. 2019 was Daniel Jones. So
you did answer the question.
They're very close, honestly. No, they really are. They're very, very close. I think both are fucking hot garbage.
Thank you. Okay, you know what?
I never said Daniel Jones is good.
I'm glad you.
I just said he was better than Minshew.
Which is still wrong. Talk about the NBA Finals. I didn't mean to cut you
How?
off. Go
How?
ahead.
One has a starting job, the other doesn't. The other has got
If-
traded because he
if-
fucking stinks.
if
He couldn't
Minshew-
take Jacksonville's job
If Minshew's on the Giants, is he starting?
over Daniel Jones. No,
If they're
No.
that's an open competition though, correct?
no,
Going into
absolutely
really.
not. No, because you know why? Because the Giants are sitting here this year saying we just fired 2 coaches for Daniel Jones. We are giving him every shot we have because we
Just because, hold on.
We
Just-
no.
hold on.
Go ahead. What?
Just because the New York Giants are incompetent doesn't make Daniel Jones a good quarterback.
I never
because-
said he was a good quarterback. I never said he was a good quarterback.
So is he? But you're telling me he's starting over Gardner Minshew if they're both
Day
there.
one, yes, absolutely. It is not a competition. They come in, they say Daniel Jones is the guy, and if Minshew played better, even if he did play better in preseason and training camp, he's still not getting the job because this year they've already said you're smoking something good down. Let me get some. Listen, man,
Dude, that's coming from
California was magical.
that's coming from Shuvy, man.
Listen, they said this year, Daniel Jones is. They fired 2 coaches and said Daniel Jones. We took this is a first round pick, a top. What was he? 7 pick, 5 pick, whatever he was.
Top 5, I think. Yeah.
This is a top 5, 7 pick, whatever.
Yeah, so was Dwayne Haskins.
Rest in peace.
Oh,
Sorry.
but they fired 2 coaches. They said this is a top pick. We're giving him every shot this year. This might be his last year to prove that
It's
he
definitely
can
his.
be the guy.
It's his last year, and he will be a backup next year.
I
Behind,
never said that he wouldn't be.
he will be a third.
They both
string
flat
on
out
the team.
stink.
And when he's a backup, will he be a top 3 backup in the league like Gardner Minshew probably?
He will be
is?
number 1. He'll be the best backup in the league. 100%.
This conversation is invalid. I don't know what else. Go to the NBA Finals. I'm done with having this conversation.
What has Gardner Minshew done? Like he's come in what did he play 1 game this year?
What has Daniel Jones
years?
done? Oh shit! I almost knocked my water over. What has Daniel Jones done?
He's thrown for 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. I'm not saying he's good.
I can't believe we have this hot of a debate. Go to the NBA Finals. Seriously, move on.
Golden State in 7. Daniel Jones is 45 touchdowns. Dude, and he runs like a fucking track
So does
star. I don't
Minshew.
know.
So does Minshew.
Stop.
Come on, dude. Minshew comes out.
Stop.
Minshew
He
comes
came out on a Saturday night game against Dallas halfway through the fucking game, and he couldn't even win a job.
Minshew
It wasn't
comes
even that.
out
It was
with
against the Jets. He played the Jets.
He's got his mullet rocking though. He's in
Fuck
those.
that mullet.
He's in his jean shorts.
I hate
Come
that
on.
mullet.
Oh my
Stupid
god!
ass mullet. Looking like he's from Delco. Oh my god. They both stink, but Daniel Jones is better. If I'm starting a team, I don't pick either. But
But if you had to, you're picking
Daniel
Jones. You're telling me?
yes.
Oh my
Do not be
god!
yelling.
Oh god! Now I got a headache. Do you not want to talk about the NBA Finals, or are we gonna just
Golden
wrap
State
up
in
here?
7.
Okay.
Wait, Dom. What is sorry. What is Daniel Jones' career?
What do you mean?
Like touchdown, interception?
45, right? 45 touchdowns. 29 picks.
Yeah, so Gardner Minshew's 41-12.
Yeah, because he's played less games.
41-12, Dom.
He's played less games. Because he can't get on the field.
How many yards?
He had almost 8,400.
Minshew's at 6,000, and he's a backup.
Yeah, because he played for Jacksonville. Jacksonville stinks.
So do the Giants. I don't.
Yeah, they're horrible. They're train
What are
wreck.
we?
Both
What
teams
are we
suck.
doing here? What are we
I
doing?
don't know why.
You asked me if I would rather have Daniel Jones or Minshew, and you guys are yelling at me because I said I wanted Daniel Jones over Minshew.
Well, first of all, I don't really
They
want
both
either of them.
are hot garbage.
I agree. I just think Minshew is a better quarterback than Daniel
He's
Jones.
not. He's really not.
Minshew's better hot garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, they played the Jets, and he would or it was the Dallas game when he came in halftime, the Saturday night game. I was drunk off my ass, and I was still calling for this dude to come out of the game because he was just throwing balls behind people in the dirt. He looked like fucking 08 McNabb with the worm burners.
I am cheering for Minshew to play really well so he can get traded so my boy Carson Strong could be the backup. So that way when Hurts goes down, he can come in and win the starting job.
I'm all for Carson Strong being the guy. That's fine. It's just I want nothing to do with Minshew at all.
Okay. Fair. Fair
If
enough.
I had to see Minshew come in the game, just like God forbid, just gonna take like fucking pure rubbing, and not even alcohol. I'm gonna get rubbing alcohol and drink rubbing alcohol. God forbid.
At least do it live on the show. You know, anything for clicks, Dom.
Man,
Anything for clicks. We'll sacrifice you for clicks.
sounds good. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Oh God, are you guys ready to get out of here, or do you
Yeah.
anything else to yell
Speaking of
about?
sacrificing, are you guys watched Stranger Things?
I have not.
I just
Like
started.
at all, or like
No, I haven't seen
season?
I haven't seen
Okay.
the season yet. I've
It's
seen the first
scary as
3.
fuck.
I was like, from what I've heard, it's a full blown horror show.
yeah,
now.
it's a horror movie, like a horror show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And each episode's a mini feature, like film. They're like an hour and a half long. All
Oh,
of them.
really?
Yeah, they're like an hour 18. I think one of them's an hour.
Yeah,
One of
right
them's
before,
an hour 38.
right before I got on, I started episode 1.
It's really
I got
good.
30 minutes in.
Yeah, it's a really good season. It's scary as shit.
I think they said that they're going to try and finish it.
We gotta get.
we gotta get down. We gotta get down
If
with
that-
signed Daniel Jones
dude,
jersey.
if that shit like showed up on my doorstep, like imagine like somebody trying to steal that shit and they're like, look at it, like fuck that. They just put it back.
I don't want this garbage.
Yeah, no. Oh
But I
But yeah,
would
Stranger
really like
Things
a
is
Gardner
scary
Minshew
shit.
jersey.
shit!
Sorry,
Gordon
go ahead.
Mitchell, I'd throw it out. I'd throw it in the street.
Sorry, go ahead. We're not getting back to this.
No.
Stranger Things. I have not seen it yet. I plan to eventually. I just finished up because I watch weird shows. I just finished up This Is Us.
Okay.
The season finale. It's a depressing fucking show. Don't watch it. It's awful.
Yeah,
I-
Chris.
I-
Mike watches like This Is Us and The Bachelor and like.
No,
all
This
that
Is
shit.
Us. I stopped watching season 2 because it just gave me like anxiety.
It's a very depressing show.
I was like,
Yeah,
I can't watch
it's
this
awful.
anymore.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I just couldn't. Not my thing. I respect it. It seems like it's really well written. It's just not.
It is. It's very well written. It's just fucking depressing.
Ozark sucked.
Kenobi just
Yes.
released on Disney Plus.
The first 2 are really, really good.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the first episode on that
Yeah.
too. So
I'm not
Yeah,
really,
the
I'm not really like a Star Wars fan.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think they only released the first 2 of Kenobi, right? Obi-Wan.
yeah, they did. Yep.
Yeah. And then I think it's Wednesday. So it was like they released it on Friday, and then now it's every Wednesday. But the first 2 episodes were great. So
Okay. I watched Miracle earlier. You know, it's
Okay.
always great when it's on.
really cool. I know
So-
we're trying to get out of here.
Go ahead.
So when I was in high school, I went to a performing arts school, and I did theater. Like that was my major, and my audition was the Herb Brooks speech.
I think you've talked about this on the
Did I ever
show,
tell you that?
believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
think we when we did our sports movie
All right.
episode,
Well, fuck
I
me.
think you said it
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, fuck
It's a
me.
great it's a great movie. It's a great scene.
Yep.
Are you guys
All
ready
right.
to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a little sweaty now.
I've had
Me too.
I wasn't not sweaty, but like I'm really sweaty now.
I've had enough
And you know,
yelling
fuck
for
the
one
Giants,
for one show.
fuck Daniel Jones, fuck Eli, fuck all them. I don't give a
There
shit
you
about
go.
the Giants, but
Okay.
But
Cool.
go Gardner Minshew, right?
listen, he's a
You
bird.
need him.
So like,
You need him, man.
I'm gonna root for him. It's just I don't think he's that good. So
Agreed. I just also don't think Dan Jones is that good. But
he's like, why?
we're
Jesus
I'm not doing this
Christ.
again. I'm not doing this again. We're gonna get out of here. Again, everybody listening, like, follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go check out firedupsports.com. What else am I missing? Oh, intheclutch.com. Use the promo code firedupsports, save 10%. So
Yo, and speaking of in the clutch, Mike, you definitely ruined my wife's present for me.
Yeah, this asshole.
She ordered me 2 shirts from there, and then
Oh,
I was
nice.
sitting there the other day.
The
And
Iverson one.
she ordered the Iverson
Yeah.
one and the vet one, and
Okay.
I'm like sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, I got a shirt for you, but it was really It was
Oh,
this shirt.
nice. I
It was
like
this
it.
shirt that
Nice.
came-
There you go.
So it was this shirt that came in, and I'm like, she's like,
It's the
oh,
Go Birds for all the listeners. The Go
Yeah,
Birds
yeah,
Fired
yeah.
Up shirt.
Did she
and I'm
surprise you with that one? Because I didn't know that one got
No,
ordered.
she
I did see
handed
that.
this one, and she thought it was the other one. And
Oh,
then I
okay.
was like, I already know. I was like, I already know you got me the other ones. Mike ruined it.
Yeah, my fault. All right, well that's fun, but that sure does look nice. I will say
Yeah.
that nice little design that I came up with. Just shits and giggles. But all right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back next Monday. See everybody then.